Public school students. And if a public school in Missouri voluntarily chose to teach sex ed, it was far from comprehensive. The school would be forced to stress abstinence only. But a 2010 Guttmacher policy review stated that there is no evidence that abstinence-only education delays teen sexual activity. Research